Hi guys, Righteous Rhema back again with another powerful dose of truth for the day, and that is this: why the narcissists use narcissistic monologuing. Why the narcissist uses narcissistic monologuing, okay? So think of the word monologue, okay? Break the word down. Mono means one, log means word, okay? This is one-way conversation. A dialogue is two. That's two people talking to each other. So I say something, you listen. Then I pause and let you say something, and then I listen. Okay, that's what normal humans do. Okay, but the narcissist is like a 1-year-old. Okay, like a spoiled child. They just do all the talking, all the communicating. And when you're trying to say how your day was, they're bored. I've seen narcissists' eyes literally glaze over when the conversation was not about them. Their eyes were like, yeah, okay. Well, all right, but I get up with y'all later. I'll holler at y'all later. I gotta go. They would get on their phone. They would change the conversation. They would leave the group if the conversation was not centered on them and how amazing they were. The narcissist has main character energy, okay? What's that thing they say? Non-playing characters, NPCs, non-playing characters. When like people play like those video games, whatever, and the characters would just be sitting in the bus stop like this, doing nothing. It's like they see you as NPCs. You don't have nothing to say, nothing to add to the conversation. You're not that interesting to them. So just be quiet and let me talk, okay? So I was writing some notes down about the narcissistic monologue, and I also have some Google AI overview information put up as to why the narcissists do the monologuing thing. Also, you can also refer to them as conversational narcissists. They may not ever mistreat you in any other way like the other, sadistic narcissists do. They may just be conversation. I know a narcissist, he don't really do anything like mean. He just likes to be a conversational narcissist. His narcissism shows up only in his conversation, okay? He wouldn't hurt a fly. He just a narcissist in conversation. All right. Narcissists don't talk with you where you alternate speech and listening. They call you for the sole purpose of using you as a sounding board to feel better about themselves, okay? So kava, those are what narcissists want when they call you. When a narcissist calls you, they want kava, C-A-V-A. Kava stands for control, approval, validation, and attention. A narcissist is not going to ever call you to see how your day is. They don't care about your day, okay? You're not that interesting to them, okay? And now, a sadistic narcissist will call you to get information on you, to use it against you in the future, to see if you're in pain or not. But the conversational narcissists, they just call them because they want control, attention, validation, and approval, okay? Approval and validation kind of the same thing. But yeah, control, approval, validation, and attention. So they call you. I have a narcissist that calls me every so often. I know when this person calls me, he don't care nothing what I got going on. He don't care nothing I got going on. He don't care how my school is going, how my job is going, how my daily life is going, how my health is going, how my finances is going, he don't care nothing about what I got going on. He calls me only to talk about himself, okay? That's the only thing he's talking about. Literally, when he calls me, he begins talking immediately. He doesn't say, hey, you busy? You got a minute to talk? Hey, how you doing? Okay. Well, I'm just going to check in with you. So this is what's going on in my life. No. He immediately said, hey, you see my post on Facebook? I said I got 100 views on Facebook. Hey, I saw you preach the other day. I preached too. I preached the same Sunday. Had a lot of people turn up for my service. Like immediately the conversation goes right to them. And they're kind of skillful. This one was kind of skillful. He will even open up with questions, make you think he's going to ask about you. But he's really opening up to talk about himself. So he'll say, so I see you going to that school over there. Yeah, I applied for that school too. He don't say, oh, you went to school over there. What are you going to school for? How much longer till you graduate? What program are you going to be in? You plan on moving when you graduate? No. They only ask about my school to open it up to talk about them, okay? And they're very skillful with it. They pretend it's about you, but it's really about them. This same one will even say, let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on this? I get to talking. I'm maybe 3 seconds in. Because in my opinion, this is what I think about this. And they're talking for the next 10 minutes and never get my opinion. So I'm kind of learning to pick up on that, and I'm kind of learning to like ignore the phone. So I may answer I used to answer every phone call. Now I answer maybe every 3 phone calls because I know it's gonna be about them the whole time, and I'm not really particularly interested in the same old conversation all the time. Okay, all right. So the narcissist is calling you to feel better about themselves. All right. They're calling you to boast or brag or toot their own horn. Okay? Sometimes they'll call you when they see you post a highlight of your life on Instagram or Facebook. They'll call you to hijack the moment and make it about them. Well, I see you got a lot of views on that video you just put about you preaching. Yes, you got 100 views. Yeah, that's pretty good. I posted my video of me preaching last month and I got about 200 views. Yeah. What happened is that when you posted your achievement, it immediately began to deal and work on there and tear down their fragile ego. Just your success. Just you living life. Just you doing your regular thing. You just living life. You ain't mad at nobody. You just doing your own thing. That's why your existence and your accomplishments, they feel personally attacked and they will call you to bring you down a notch with themselves to be better about themselves, okay? All right. So they will hijack your high moments and sometimes by tearing you or others down. So like the same narcissist I'm referring to from earlier, he's a preacher, okay? And so this is some time ago. He would call me every other day to talk about how the pastors in Memphis, whose church membership was going down, whose church, I saw on the screen, his church like it's full no more. His church like it's going down. His church, ain't seen many people in the audience. But I realized, and I told myself, I think you kind of like insecure because maybe you weren't so successful in your ministry, and maybe you're insecure. And as I said that, he didn't bring it up no more. He started bringing it up. He may every now and again bring it up, but he kind of started bringing it up because he realized I see that you're trying to tear these other men down because when you see them online or in church or whatever, it reminds you of your failures as a pastor or a preacher or whatever. Okay. So reasons the narcissistic monologue occur. To create hierarchy. I gotta let you know, you here, yeah, you done went up a notch, but I'm up here. See, you went up here when you graduated, but I'm up here. Yeah, you went up to here when you got started your own business, but I'm up here. Yeah, you went up here when you got married, but I'm up here. They're gonna always try to one up you, okay? They call you to minimize your accomplishments. Yeah, see, you got a new car, you got a Honda. Okay, well, I'm getting me a new Benz. I'm getting me a new Benz next week, yeah. The calling you to boast on themselves, impress you. Yeah, you see, I just came back from a 3-week trip to Paris. It was a great time. They're calling you, not just to share their life, you can all share your life, but they're calling you to boast and to brag and try to impress you. They call you to run down their accomplishments. This is like on the first date, usually, the first conversation, they're going to tell you about how great they are with their accomplishment and all the stuff they got going on. And it's okay, normal for men sometimes to do that. Some not going to knock it all the time. But when they're trying to like read their whole curriculum vitae, their whole resume, it's like, okay, we're trying to have a conversation. Another narcissist I talked to, our very first conversation, he talked about 20 minutes about all his accomplishments, all his achievements, all that he was involved in the community and how great he was. And I was like, okay, that's a lot. So again, other successes make them feel less than, so they call you to tear others down so they can feel better about themselves. Okay, according to Google AI Overview, the reasons for a narcissistic monologue, which is being talked at, it is a manipulative tactic to control the narcissist's environment, boost their fragile self-esteem, and to secure narcissistic supply. Number one is to establish dominance and control. Whoever's doing the talking is in control. Whoever does the most talking is in control. They do it to control the narrative, set the rules, and force submission. Second reason is to maintain the false self, which is they need supply to maintain their low self-image. They're trying to get their low self-esteem up. They need constant validation. It helps them to drown out insecurities, and it helps them to escape reality. Number three, they do it because they lack empathy and social skills. They're just clueless. They're oblivious to what people want to talk about. They have very poor listening skills, and they have inability to connect. They don't relate to you as a human. And number four, it's a manipulative and abusive technique. It wears down the target when it's like a negative way. It wears down the target. They have a victim mentality. Helps build up their victim mentality, and it deals with their confabulation. Look up. I have a video about confabulation, I think, as well. So common characteristics of narcissistic monologuing is repeating stories, word salad, refusing to let others speak, and hostility to divergence, which is becoming angry, dramatic, or dismissive if questioned about what they're saying. Okay. So yes, you all, you don't want to be in conversations with people where it's always about them talking at you. Like, they need to pause and let you talk. They listen. Then you pause, let them talk, and you listen. That's how it's fun. It's relatable that way. Nobody wants to just be talked at, and then some of the phone conversation is over. When you finna start talking, oh, I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. It's like, okay, do I have an opinion? Do I have a thought? Do I have a mind? A biblical Amazon guide.